I'm with the very handsome Jewish man, Peter Rosenberg.
And his portly but handsome brother.
You didn't say portly last time.
I'm not going to say that. I would not say that about my son. And the very in shape and getting more in shape as every moment goes on. Cypher Sounds. And this is the Juan Epstein podcast.
I can't get with that. I gotta keep it thick, never miss, so I hit them like this.
What was the first thing on Wax that people would know of when you're saying this goes way before Jay and
Troop, Spread My Wings.
Troop? The remix for Spread My Wings?
Yeah.
Okay.
The version that people heard.
That people know.
That people heard, yeah. And the one they made the video for, yeah.
You did the beat?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's your first credit.
Yeah.
And did pretty well.
Yeah.
Got you popping.
Spread my wings.
Did it sound that good?
Gold single and automatic, you work in a record company.
You got an automatic job from that?
Yeah.
Where?
First it was Epic, working for Hank Caldwell. Timmy Regisford, me, Timmy, and Merlin were all friends. We played a bunch of clubs together. And Timmy calls me up. He's like, yeah, go over to Epic and work for Hank Caldwell. So I go. 4 days later, he goes, nah, quit. Go over and work with Merlin over at Atlantic and East West. So I'm just like, wait, I just got over here. Like, I didn't know the music business game then. So he was just like, just do it. So I went over and I worked with Merlin and Sylvia. And I worked on a lot of records.
On a lot of records?
A lot.
What did you work on? What were your next credits? What were some of the credits over that time?
I remixed practically every single that came out off of the label. Practically every single. Like Top Billin', I remixed that. Like every single that came out, I remixed or A&R records from everything. Das Effects, MC Light, Yo-Yo, Michelle A, En Vogue, like Glenn Jones, Rude Boys, Levert.
Everything.
Everything.
Getting credit for all of it?
My nigga, I found that Rude Boys record in my house.
My Kind of Girl.
With Jay on it, but it doesn't say Jay's on it.
Nah.
I brought that up to Jay. I played it for him. He was like, "What the fuck is this?"
You know what's crazy is that
I don't even know that record.
I'll play it for you.
What's crazy is how many records at that time that I put Jay on because I wanted people to understand. Like I thought he was the guy. You know what I'm saying? And people were just like, "Who's this dude?" I'm just like, "Listen." And a remix would come out and it would he'd be on it, and they'd be like, "Yo, who the fuck is that?" I'm like, "I told you."
And were you the one who got him on all those things? Like everything early?
Yeah.
That's a pretty big responsibility.
Wait, who's the? Fuck. We just interviewed somebody. We couldn't name the other member of the first original Flavor.
Oh, T Strong. No,
the guy who left.
So Suave.
What?
Suave.
And then he left and got replaced by
T Strong.
Oh yeah.
This is crazy.
When was this conversation?
Was it not on here?
No, I don't think so.
Maybe it was on my improv show. Why would I be having that conversation?
All right, let's hear Syph. Let's hear this.
What song?
This is
Boys?
Rude Boy?
My Kind of Girl?
Yeah, I think so.
Let's see if you.
You got a verse on.
Yeah, My Kind of Girl. Yeah.
Like 20 remixes I did. No, you know what's crazy? About a year ago, Mr. C played that when he was doing the Old School at Noon.
For Jay, or was he doing?
He just played it out of nowhere.
Like, what was the deep cover bass line? So far, there's like 9 samples.
There he is.
I'll give it a go.
One of a no, one of a kind.
More samples. Yo, when is Das Effects coming back and just taking a shit on Jay-Z for biting their whole style early on?
He didn't.
You really don't think so? He was out first?
Jay was way before.
He was talking
Originators. Originators is way before that.
And was he doing that? He does the iggity on that?
Yeah, like just go back to Originators.
Damn, why are you trying to shit on Hov, son?
I love Hova. I love Hova. When I hear that, all you think is Das Effects really did that style well and suited them nicely.
They didn't invent it.
I mean, let's be honest. Jay didn't ring when he was doing that style.
That's not the point, though.
No. But I'm saying it's, no. You're saying what you guys are saying is that Das EFX essentially jacked Jay-Z.
Uh-oh.
Is that what you're saying, Clark Kent?
No, I'm just saying that they were doing it like light years before you heard of Das EFX.
Yeah, I mean, the Jazzo record came out in what, 88?
No, 80, damn near 85.
No.
The Originators?
The first record with...
You Google damn near everything. Google the Originators.
That song you're saying came out that early?
It was a long time ago.
So...
Regardless of what, it was before.
Das.
Like, enough before for you to not be able to say that Jay jacked anybody's style.
Yeah, no, you're right. Even, but to be honest, even when he was doing it on Can I Get Open, it was practically contemporary with Das EFX within a year of it. So... So at that point, did you ever roll with Jay officially, or were you just looking out because he was your man and you thought he was dope?
We were friends.
And you just wanted...
How long before? Like way before?
I've known him since
the Kane days and before Kane?
Since way before Kane, since Jazzo. Jazzo introduced me to him in the middle of Marcy Park. In the middle of Marcy.
Weird Brooklyn. Those Brooklyn people, they really connect. They know everyone knows everyone.
Everyone knows everyone.
Everyone knows someone.
Oh.
Too much.
How did you meet Jazzo?
Fresh Gordon. Me and Fresh Gordon were both part of a crew called the Idol Makers. That was Herbie Lovebug's crew. And I was Dana Dane's DJ, and Dana Dane was one of the Idol Makers.
Well, let's talk about Dana Dane's accent.
Jesus Christ.
Was that real?
No.
Made up?
Yeah. Dana Dane's from Fort Greene.
I thought he was actually...
Fort Greene, England.
Nightmares!
Where are we going with this?
Yo, he really made that up?
Yeah, he was in a crew called the Kango Crew. Everybody in the Kango Crew rapped the same way. Slick Rick, Lance, and Omega,
But Slick Rick was the only one who was legit.
Yeah, he's from London.
And everyone else was making it up.
Yeah.
Hey Rick, hey Ricky, come here. You mind if we rap like you?
We love how you sound. It sounds so good. It's like, all right, no problem. Just sound like me then, mate.
It was their thing, yo. It was their thing.
Yo, that sounds...
Rich, come here. I like to be called Rick. Hey, you mind if we sound like you?
We just want to copy your voice. That's so crazy. All right, so who else I'm writing? I got to go with Dana Dane, too. Dana Dane's got to catch it. Everyone goes to Rick Ross.
You were friends with Jay before.
Yeah. And when I first got my record job, I wanted to sign him immediately. Like you get the job, the next day I was like, I got to sign Jay-Z.
He didn't want to do it?
Nah, it's not that.
I'm saying, like, you know how he always says, like, he was in the streets more.
Yeah, he wasn't.
He wasn't in 100% into the music like you were, right? Let me say,
this is what happened. I got the job the next day. The only people I wanted to sign was Jazz and Jay, because they used to rhyme together. We did shows together. That's all. I wanted them to have a record deal.
Yeah.
So I called Jazz. Where's Jay? Jay's in Virginia. Okay, gotta find Jay. Jay's, where's he at? Can't find Jay. So cool. I'm doing my best to find Jay. I find him, and then we start making records. And I'm like, this is who I want to sign, and they're like, no. So time goes by. I'm still like, this is who I want to sign. Yeah. We sign whatever else we're going to sign up the label. It doesn't matter. I'm still like, this is who I want to sign.
Mm-hmm.
In the midst of all of this, Akinelli is in a bidding war between Atlantic and Interscope. I lose the bidding war to Interscope. In the middle of this, he brings Nas. And I'm like, yeah, no. Akinelli brings Nas. And I'm like, shit, I want to sign this dude too. He just snuffed Jesus.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, where's the demo? And Nas goes, we don't have no demo. So I'm just like, fuck, I can't sign you. I was like, yo, even when we signed Das EFX, they had to have a demo. They came with an album done. And he took it like, oh, you signed Das EFX, so you can't sign Nas. I'm like, no, you don't have a demo, so I can't sign you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not that. Even when I did demos on Jay, they wouldn't let me sign it. They didn't see it. You know what I'm saying? So the actual reason I quit Atlantic and East West was because
Kennelly was on Interscope.
Yeah, but he was
green label.
I didn't remember that.
He was supposed to be on
the Vagina Diner.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Akahan, The Bomb, all that's on Interscope. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What was the second album on?
No, I'll tell you.
Capital.
I was gonna say that.
It was?
Yeah.
That record looked weird though. The actual EP record looked weird. Yo, I think Jermaine Dupri's here in the waiting room. Should we just get a little Jermaine Dupri and Clark Kent running crossover for a second?
We got nowhere with Clark.
We not Biggie hasn't been mentioned.
Who?
Notorious B.I.G.
Don't ever say who when you say Biggie.
Because we haven't even got to it yet.
I'm saying just don't ever say who when you say Biggie.
Yo, you know what? Fuck off, Clark.
He's allowed to say what he wants.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna say it because you just reminded me. I wanted a DJ in New York when I was on the road with Lil' Kim, but when I came to New York, Clark's DJing.
Oh.
Fuck out of here, man. You took my
Is
shine.
that why you give me the shady hello every time I see you?
Yep. What's one thing you could tell us about Biggie before you go? That maybe you've never shared before, or just something.
We were on tour.
Gem.
We were on tour, and I kept letting them hear.
Clark Kent, one time. Sorry, keep going.
That's where you're gonna go with that, huh?
Sorry, no, keep going.
You know what's crazy?
No,
Like
don't.
Oh, okay. We're on tour, and I'm consistently playing Jay for him, and he was like, all right, he's good.
For Big.
Yeah, but he's not conceding. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, all right, Clark, he's good. And then Un would call him and be like, yo, that president shit is crazy, Big. He listened to it, your man's nice. And we got to that, but we didn't get to he's the illest, right? Now, you're riding around with the dude that you feel is one of the best you'll ever hear, telling him
About another one.
my dude is the illest, respectfully. But he's my guy, so what you believe is going to be what you believe. But now the whole Junior Mafia are like, we want to kill Clark.
And
Why?
they're like,
Because
they're
you're
like-
forcing.
No, because I'm trying to make them understand, yeah, I know he's nice, but my man is. And they're all going, yo, what kind of disrespectful shit are you on? So cool. We're on our way back to New York, and Big has to go to the studio. And he says, yo, I'm going to go do a second verse on Who Shot You. When I come back, you're going to say I'm the best. Right?
Shit.
So he goes, for people who don't know, Who Shot You, that first verse was always there.
Yeah,
it was on a record with Keith Murray, and it was on Mary J. Blige's Interlude, but you didn't get to hear Big's verse. So that verse,
Hey, you have the Keith Murray version?
Hmm?
You have the Keith Murray version?
Kinda.
Can we have it? I just want it for my collection. I won't play it.
Wow, that's going to find that. But regardless, so we go back, like 2 days later, we're back, and we're at the airport, and we're about to leave, and he goes, yo, nah. We ain't getting on the plane. I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, I got to play this for you. They bring out the radio, and he plays Who Shot You. I'm like, I know that. He will, no. You going to say I'm the hardest rapper out. I said, no, you're definitely, the hardest rapper out. He's like, nah, but you're going to say I'm iller than your man. And I was like, dog, I give you that you're, like, amazing to me.
But you could not concede that he was better than Jay.
But then he's like, listen to this. And he plays Who Shot You from beginning to
his
end.
Friend versus his son. You got to see where it's at. Jay's his friend. Big's his son. See what I'm saying?
But I'm listening to it, and I'm just like, fuck, he really meant that shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm telling him, I was like, yo, you know what? And that's when I figured out rapper MC. Like, remember how I tried to explain to you the difference between rapper and MC? That day is when I figured it out. I said, yo, for real, you said your rhymes better than anybody I've ever heard say their rhymes. And he was like, what the fuck are you talking about? So I'm the best. I was like, no, you're the best rapper I've ever heard. And he was like, so what does that make your man? I said, my man's the best MC I've ever heard. He was like, what the fuck is the difference?
See, but you gotta.
No, but like Junior Mafia, we're all in an airport, and now shit is heated. These dudes are mad. They're like, what the fuck, man? Fuck this nigga, man. Leave this nigga home. Like, now I can't go on the road because they're like, fuck him. And I was like, no, you say your rhymes better than anyone I've ever heard. He says the best rhymes I've ever heard. And he was like, but am I the hardest? And I was like, absolutely. You
got it.
So
you got it.
then I walked away from it, and then I was like, okay, yeah, you can get on the plane now.
Who shot you? Separate the weak from the opsa. Leap hard to creep them Brooklyn streets. It's on, nigga. Fuck all that bickering beef.